to maybe do that upset and surprise absolutely everybody. Could you imagine Glutonny not making top 8?
I mean, Gluto is favored to win this. He is seeded 3rd for a reason. However, we all know what Rob is like. We know what he can do. We know what that gyro is capable of, especially when piloted with somebody as skilled as BigBoss. And we are just about to move into this game 1. Check the crowd that is pulled up. We have Solary pulling up for their boy, and we do have some players from Mexico who will no doubt be lending their energy in the form of a spirit bomb.
Man, shout out to the French crew, shout out to the spectatorship over here. The energy is through the roof, ladies and gentlemen, for that last top 8 qualifier of the day. BigBoss versus Glutonny, Mexico versus France. Here we go.
Yep, I mean, if you have ever been to an EU tournament, you are definitely aware of the energy that we can bring. And if you have not, what are you doing? But now we're going to show you just how much energy the crowd can bring out for Glutonny versus BigBoss, as these two have rocketed out of their seats and are now scrapping with one another.
And here we go, look already at the display of MK BigBoss going at it, but Glutonny really responding accordingly. The slugfest has begun. This is a match where both players are explosive. Why would you blame them? Those two characters can explode stocks so quickly. We are talking about Rob, a character known for his touch of death combos, and Glutonny for his deathly combos as well.
Yeah, I mean, we know Rob is the big body, we know he can provide a lot of power, but Gluto and Wario himself are definitely nothing different and nothing short of powerful characters and powerful players. Both these characters with the same damage output and the potential to take your stock at mid, even as low as mid%, Ori.
Yeah, definitely. This is the thing with those characters, is that stocks are so volatile. With the right setup, with the right things happening, the stocks can be taken very easily. Chomp is going to take that first one, however, after a well-deserved 140%. But look at that!
Just almost rocketing right out of stock 1 and deciding to go straight to stock 2 with what was almost a 0 to death. However, BigBoss does manage to find a kill to even it out. Waft is now gone. However, at what cost? You're now at 100%, Ori, and you're on the back foot against a player such as Gluto. Though, despite all that, he's still fighting.
He is still fighting, but you see now MK BigBoss does have a little bit of an advantage, is that Rob can find those touch of death, those deathly combos anytime so long as he has gyro. Glutonny has used a very crucial resource. Waft is no longer there. He's gonna have to stall, he's gonna have to wait if he wants it back and wants to conclude. At those even stocks, he needs to get back first. These back airs are doing so much work. Tries to go for the jab lock, not quite, way too far. Are you gonna edge guard him? Not quite, reversal from him. No down there, beefy up B to make some room, back to neutral.
Yep, and what work BigBoss has put in, by the way. Going into stock 2, we almost saw him fall in the hands of a 0 to death, and now we are back to even again. BigBoss just showing the amount of skill that he can possess. However, will definitely fall short just there to a back air from Glutonny.
And that is something also to notice, is that Glutonny's movement is always pristine. And look at that, the crowd cheering, the claps are going. 54%, he's not quite there yet. He's gonna have to fight a little bit harder if he wants to clear that stock, but 170%, such a huge lead. He can definitely make it a 2 stock, Yabuki.
Yeah, but however, BigBoss definitely wise to Wario's tricks. If you think you only have to deal with one Waft in the middle of a game against me, wrong. You're going to have to deal with a second one, as Waft is now online for Glutonny.
Absolutely, the Waft is there again. And not only he doesn't have extended combos, he just needs one falling up air, one clap. That's all he's looking for. Taking his time, trying to chomp on him, he will make it. 94%. This is getting dangerous for MK BigBoss, but look at those combos going. 45%, tries to go for the cheeky grab, not quite. Good forward air in response, getting the advantageous position. Will he kill him now? He will with the Waft!
Drop down Waft. That threat was ever present. BigBoss definitely had that in the back of his mind as he was trying to recover, knowing that Gluto can just pull the trigger. And we've seen before, Gluto's no stranger just letting Waft rip whenever it's convenient, when you least expect it. If you're thinking that this guy can only pull out the Waft when he does his patented up tilt or up air setups, you'd be dead wrong, Ori.
Absolutely. This is not any Wario we are talking about. We are talking about Glutonny, who is also known for his creativity. As you said, the Wario. So Game 1, going to Glutonny. MK BigBoss, however, no slouch, definitely has tools up his sleeve. Will have to make a few adjustments, however.
Yeah. We're moving into game 2. We'll see, can any changes be made, or will Gluto continue to remain dominant throughout the course of this set?
And I love that about Glutonny, is that whenever he has a victory in the second game, the next game, he always gonna go for the dynamic start, for a very, very huge start, trying to get the momentum on his side. But MK BigBoss really doing his best to stuff it out. Good conversion, side B makes him going very out the window. And look at how even that can be. Like, look how both players are going at it.
Yeah, but you know what? One of my favorite things about Glutonny is no matter what situation you put him in, he never seems uncomfortable. It never seems like you can truly suffocate him unless you really work yourself to the bone. You can put him in any space of disadvantage, and he will just know exactly what he has to do. And if you want to catch him out, you have to think 2, maybe 3 steps ahead of him.
Yeah, this is the power of so much experience back from the Brawl days, and back from the Brawl days still playing Wario. He knows this character inside out. He knows everything there is to know about this character, and he gets so creative about it, so versatile. No situation is impossible for him.
Yeah, and that is just the experience of a veteran, of a champion. Just knowing how you've been in this situation so many times. You've been maybe on the back foot. You've been in the hands of an upset. This is nothing. He's no stranger to any of this. You're not going to mentally shake him with something so simple. However, both of them are now on their second stock. Can we see, can BigBoss make it to the summit? That is top 8.
He's definitely struggling to get there though, Yabuki. At 109%, managed to find a parry. That is very good. That's how you get the party started. However, you're gonna need a little bit more than that. Good response, Chomp. Let's remind you, this thing's intangible. You cannot contest it that easily. So it's a good response when you're getting comboed sometimes. Yeah. So far, so good. However, for MK BigBoss, who is slowly but surely taking the percent again, 84%. This is good for him.
Yeah, and that almost a beautiful call out from BigBoss when he went high from the up air to catch out the bike, however not quite, and will now fall to his very last stock of this game. We'll see, the threat of waft is now ever present. Your big body like Rob, you have to be so careful. And it almost lets it rip, and it almost connects. MK BigBoss thanking his lucky stars. He was wiser to those tricks.
Please, Glutonny, there are people in Mexico watching for him, cheering for him. Do not kill him like that. Yep. God damn, that was about to be brutal, but he still lives on. Almost getting that down there, getting the neutral air, almost dying from that, because at 150%, any touch can kill. Anything that MK BigBoss can land can be Glutonny's demise.
Yeah, Gluto is just so crafty, and we'll see what can BigBoss pull out as he tails further and further behind Gluto in this race to take this game. F-Tilt not quite killing, however, BigBoss now in such a tough position. And the beautiful spike to send Gluto down into the blast.
What a response!
What a response, Ori, as you've said. To have that peace of mind to take off the stage and fire back instead of valuing your own guaranteed safety. However, tricks like that are unfortunately not going to be enough if you want to take down this Titan.
This is such an amazing set already. MK BigBoss fighting for his life, finding those very good responses, those creative ways to clap back at Glutonny, quite literally. But Glutonny always aware still of MK BigBoss overextensions. This is something that we haven't noticed yet, but BigBoss has been going for very dangerous things, very dangerous position, looking for the reward without taking into account the risk. And Glutonny is such a punishing player to do that against, because he knows how to punish you for your mistakes. Look at that, just look at this. If
you get a little too antsy, if you try to overextend, if you maybe are just a bit too aggressive, push where you shouldn't push, Ori, Gluto is going to be there, and he will always be prepared for that. He's ready for any slip up. He gives you the respect that you deserve, but he never gives you too much respect.
Absolutely, as you've said, he doesn't give you too much respect, but you're gonna have to respect the gyro. You're gonna have to respect that. If not, you're gonna fall down to your doom, Glutonny. 121%. Amazing reversal from MK BigBoss. Now he can chill. Now he doesn't need to approach that much. Now, finally, he has a huge lead. He can make it happen to him. He can use that at his advantage.
Yep, this is BigBoss's chance. He is now in the driver's seat.
Oh my goodness!
Things happen, and it's speaking of making things happen, Sight be the one bringing dreams into BigBoss's hands.
No, that was such a money maker from MK BigBoss. 2 stocks apiece, back to back in such a short time, almost barely a minute in the game. You can lose that stock, but you deserved it. You know what? You have still a whole stock to work with. This is great for the Mexican player.
Yeah, BigBoss putting in so much work. So you know what? My advantage today is stronger than yours, and I'm gonna show you exactly why. I will take 2 stocks in one of my own, and there's nothing you can do about it. Try to fight back against my dare. Try to fight back against my side B. You're only human, and you're gonna fall.
You are gonna have to follow. But look at Glutonny, still composed, still stern. He doesn't want to let the situation let out of his control. His mental fortitude is through the roof. Look at this confirm. Look at how beautifully he is making this comeback. He is not letting the situation scare him at all. 75% is nothing, especially when you have these kinds of conversions. Maybe another one, not quite. MK BigBoss does not want to let this opportunity slip away. 98%. He is able to get the kill. He's able to get a game. Look at his go, however. A good Edgeguard might be the end of MK BigBoss. He has to be very careful and not let this opportunity get away!
And that might just be it. Pluto is going to 3-0 BigBoss and secure himself a spot in top 8. BigBoss unfortunately staring down one of the most terrifying positions a Smash player can ever be in. Last stock versus Glutonny, who is holding onto a waft. Just what do you do in that scenario? You have to be so airtight in every single choice that you make, Ori, if you want to make it out alive. And unfortunately for BigBoss, he will be bowing out at 9th place.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
But what a performance. What a game. That third game was stellar. We could see MK BigBoss pulling all the strings, like pulling everything he had to get that advantage. A 2-stock lead that was unheard of in this set until he decided so. Rob's advantage was definitely amazing, but again, Glutonny is such a seasoned player, such an amazing player.